Welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. On our last installment, it was the punniest show on earth. And yet I gotta deal with it for 2 more days. Anyway, for those who are wondering who I was trying to do as Max L-Star Galactica, I wasn't doing Michael Jackson. Trust me, I would never do that. I would never do that son of a bitch for any kind of money whatsoever. Because I just don't like him. Yes, you're going to be hearing that for at least most of the time I'm going to be doing this recording. Thank you so very much, guys. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, join me now as we continuously go through courtroom battle number 1 in the case of the turnabout Big Top. One moment. Anyway, moving on. We are going into courtroom battle number 1 in this Let's Play of Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. Oh. Let's see, should I start from... Yeah, start from the chapter start. December 29th, 9:43 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max.
Max?
Milk.
What?
If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie.
Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down.
I guess.
Nick? Max is really nervous.
That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties! What? Damn it! You don't think I should fly, do you? Eh? You know, you've got to make a first impression. All I'd say is, can you fly, Bobby? When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone.
Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay.
Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Damn it! Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that, and everyone in the room will be on your side. This is not Harvey Birdman, dude. Wrong game.
Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes?
I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. December 29th, 10 a.m. District Court courtroom number 2. Oh dear Lord, this is gonna be one of those kind of. Okay, it's gonna be one of those kind of courtroom battles, aren't they? Let's do this. And now the case of the... What? Your Honor! Get on with it! Damn, Sheena, wasn't like, was supposed to be like that shit. Oh, sorry, I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Jones. So, well, is the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he often does go by that name. You know, my grandchild's a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we call the defendant Maximilian Battlestar Galactica. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that is to our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Felix Wright. Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham! I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy! It did not count! Did you hear me? No one likes a crybaby, Von Karma. She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose on anything!
I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying.
That you learn, Mr. Felix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are! Me? Guilty? God, what are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge.
Her dad is gone, you know.
The prosecution is finished. Let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up here now! Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, detective. Don't mention it. No trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, detective. You may proceed with your testimony. The details of the events. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All the circus performers gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Let's see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. How a monkey is still is seen as evidence is way beyond me. Blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. So the one thing we had to do here in this first part is question everything. Hold it! Let me ask you about the snow. nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? Wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about an inch and a half was on the ground. Snow froze in place and stayed on the ground till the next day. Snow, let me see. There's got to be more to this.
Hey, what's the matter, Nick?
I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? Press 2. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant Maximilian Galactica, and his victim the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. So we press this one. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster, Max, went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? Seeing they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. So, let's press that one. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay, not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went. Ah! This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? Press that. A wooden box. That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box home. The virus strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? And we get the wooden box! This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask questions. Let's talk about the contents. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was a lot tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked inside that big box? There's only one little bottle in that huge box?
I wonder if it has some sort of special meaning.
Anyway, we get the seasoning bottle. And we press this last statement. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic! Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case.
You mean, all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper?
Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. Yeah? I'm not even off the stand yet! Obviously. But that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint! I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist.
I wonder if Trio was show up on the stand as well.
Please state your name and occupation for the record.
My full name is Trio Quist. I am employed as an opera tenor.
Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That robe must be cut off your second age, and I said I was here! Maybe you couldn't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Ahem. The word of the law, exciting and daring.
Due to innocence,
decided by her judge,
dressed up like a woman.
Well, what do you think?
And a good rhythm.
It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trio, you know better than to insult a judge.
Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face! On the off chance swelling would help. You know that nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star.
Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds.
What's going on here? Order! I demand to know who the witness is! Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Cheeto handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm getting worried about...
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness! Let's proceed!
What you witnessed?
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, every clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I just ditched him and went over to the plaza. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away.
You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that?
Without a doubt, he had on his silk hat cloak and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high?
That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown?
That's right. Dress boy.
Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? It's got a point.
What a shame. It was nice theory, but the clown can't be the criminal.
Why is that?
He has absolute proof.
Silk hat.
This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there'd be no reason for this hat to be at the scene.
Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. And
Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today.
yep, that's our Sheena. Sorry. Well, there's not much I can really say here except point and plate. What we're going to do here is we're going to press on number 4. Hold it! You saw Max, and only Max, right, Trito?
That's right. And that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? Ben only saw Max? That's a bit strange, don't you think?
What's strange?
That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen... Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? In this case, there's only one person he could have seen. The ringmaster. Take that! That's the victim. That's correct. If Trito was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well.
Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out.
What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room.
Is that according to the defendant? Like this story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime?
I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness' testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions.
He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he?
Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head.
Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got conked over the head?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore! So we're gonna press on number 5 again. Well, number 5. 1, 2, 3. press on 5 doing the following. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene?
I suppose that would have been around. Hey, what time was it?
I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30, I think.
Practice ended at 10 p.m. So you hung around the lodging house the entire time.
I guess that sounds about right.
Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather.
Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather?
Well, maybe you were waiting for someone.
What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Phoenix, Wright. We can all do without your offhanded theories.
But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something. Mr. Wright, who do you suppose the witness was waiting for in the cold that night? Oh, there's only one person he would wait for. Regina. Yes, he was waiting for Phyllis that night. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina.
Woohoo!
You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw, don't you forget it!
Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff. Oh, God, Your Honor, please no. But he's right. All right! There's obviously a reason for why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought.
That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness on the at the scene of the crime.
However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventful demise. Or eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max.
There's absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pete! Don't volunteer things!
Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was waiting to propose to her.
You were what? Waiting to propose?
What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
That the matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge! I mean, look at your horrible outfit! Mommy! Thanks to your bemming, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet.
About the proposal?
And don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket.
You were going to propose you a puppet.
Don't be so obtuse! Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love!
I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. Oh, Your Honor, no.
Exactly!
His Honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your examination.
Aww, did you hear that? His eyes seemed a little wistful.
Yeah, about that proposal. Yeah, you said what now? What was exactly that you planned on giving her?
You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull! The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question! What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring!
An engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs.
This Phoenix Lace joke has gone too far! Time for this to end here right now!
Francisca's whip looked like it's always about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing and it'll probably shut someone up for a long time. Although pain equals bad, but we push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed on you.
I advise you to cut this argument short.
I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring, I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I planned on giving an engagement ring to Regina.
Okay then. An engagement ring?
Uh-huh. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina's going to love it.
It's just a ring.
What's the matter, Nick?
Well, there's got to be something I can catch him on. Thinking of trying to give it to Regina.
Of course I am! I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give it up that easily.
I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus.
Probably way more than he deserves.
How about it, Nick?
I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony.
That's the spirit, Nick. Give him heck!
Uh-oh, the judge has that dazed look again. Maybe he should get out more. He does. He needs to get out more. Well, let me show you something, sir. Take the... Oh, shoot. Once again. Objection! Trillo, do you mind if I show you something?
Oh, what is it? What are you talking about?
Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring?
That's mine! Give it back! Give!
Can you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? What is going on here?
Ben, say something! Don't put me on the spot like that, Trino.
I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money like a bank vault?
That filthy monkey's gotta get what's coming to him.
Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court.
Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word.
Oh, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things. He likes shinies
That he can find and gather them up.
shiny things. Trito! When was this ring stolen from you?
Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say?
Details. I need more details.
Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza.
Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct?
Well, I guess you might be able to say that.
The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Oh, that sounds painful.
Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It had nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder.
It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trito, back to the topic at hand.
I haven't admitted a thing, not I, Mr. Triloquist.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trito?
You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching ring-snatching monkey Money.
But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you?
It's all this slow loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
This is indeed an incredible shape. Well, this does indeed prove one very important thing.
Prove an important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be?
It's flawed. The testimonies are flawed. There's a huge contradiction in the witness testimony.
Contradiction?
The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza.
What is the meaning of this, Phoenix Wright? Well, are you going with this little theory of yours?
I'm saying that there's no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory. Which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting.
Then tell me this, Phoenix Wright! Do you have any proof that something slipped past his vision and ventriloquist?
Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene.
However, this does not change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive.
The witness is lying! He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity toward the defendant.
What? How dare you! I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night.
Ha! I told you so many times. You think you know my story's not changing.
You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it will change some more.
Where there's one lie, there are usually many more behind it.
Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him.
Yeah.
Okay, we're witnessing Max. This has 6 statements. 6 statements. Okay, good.
I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said, good evening to him, but he didn't acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure I saw him. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There was no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
So that means money didn't show up until after you saw Max.
That's right, money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
Then money snatched the ring, and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see, I'd say about...
I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night.
You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning, you say good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You've got something? Let me guess, that's not it, Trito? You say good evening at night?
I'm sorry, Trio. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible! Performance lives and breathes his performances! You should know better!
There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Yeah, the greeting. bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange?
Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers? Well, it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker I would understand.
Oh! That hurt!
Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time.
Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school.
There's no reason that Trillo would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I go about proving it with the evidence?
Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one.
I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. Really? Hold it! Those three ridiculous symbols, huh?
Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you gotta ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now.
Silk hat cloth, white roses!
Thank you very much.
Maya, you didn't have to join in,
Did you?
But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a always testimony somewhere.
I agree, but we have the proof. But do we have the proof to make something stick?
All we can do is try, right, Nick? Like, I have something that will prove useful.
Alright, time to go. To work. Hold it! About what time would you say these events took place?
You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice finished probably at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the laundry house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Ah! I'm not good at this! It was 10:10 p.m. Yes, that sounds about right.
Sounds about right because that's the time that I saw Max on the scene.
Oh, wait. Well, I got something to show you. Objection! Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight. A fight over Regina, to be exact.
It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most.
A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? No!
The funny handed that. We should wrap up the defendant's matter charge first.
The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There is absolutely no way that they would have been... There is absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival.
Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quiz. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? A different person. It's my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to.
What kind of theory is that?
The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all.
What?
If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That's why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it.
But he never knew.
Will the defense kindly explain who it was Trillo saw that evening then? The ringmaster. Take that! Considering the ill temper of this witness, there is only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute!
No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you've got a point there.
It was Russel Berry, the victim himself, was it not?
You are correct. It was indeed Russel Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russel Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Order! How do you respond to this?
But wait a second! Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quest obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russel Berry?
The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's three symbols.
Three symbols.
Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you gotta remember that by now. Here we go again, everyone all together now. Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
A silk hat and cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me.
What was that?
Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's three symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russel Berry.
What?
Miss Von Karma, do you have any clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes! I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good feelings, right? What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but who was that person who can only be answered by the next witness? Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess! So with that, I am going to take a break. And of course, I am going to see about seeing if this came out clear or not. Hopefully it did, so I don't have to go through all this again. And if it did, well, shit. Hopefully there'll be some proof to the matter. So stay tuned for the next exciting second half of this courtroom drama battle. And let's play Phoenix Wright, Justice for All.